Have you guys ever been the only person of color in class?
For sure.
All the time.
I think so, yeah.
Same.
All the time. And again, I'm Krim. So
Yeah.
it's all these topics and they say a lot of things like like they're afraid to say the word black. And, and if they say something about anything with like black people, they just look at me even on Zoom. Like I can tell when they're waiting for me to respond.
How many of you, like, when you have a new class, the first thing you do when you walk in class is like you count the number of other black people in that class?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. I go on the Zoom.
I've had tons of classes where I'm the only black person in class, and I'm just like looking to see if someone else is joining.
Yeah. My first experience here, I came and I was living in West Hall on the 3rd floor, and I was the only black person on the entire floor. And that was,
wow.
yeah. So, like, I know Webster talks about the diversity that we have here on campus, and it is really diverse, but it's still predominantly white in the sense that there's more white people than there are people
Anything else.
Yeah. And
that Webster has definitely changed over the years. You know, when I first came here, and just being the only black person in a lot of my classes, and just walking around campus, you don't really see many black people. And this year, surprisingly, during COVID, you know, all the black people are in a group chat, you know, and with me, and it's like 150 of us or something like that. And that shocked me. I was like, wow, there's a lot of black people on campus, and it comforted me knowing that, you know, and like with that group chat, you know, we always just talk about certain things, and we always have each other's back, and you know, we're always just like, if anyone needs this or be on the lookout for this, you know, that really made me a lot more comfortable this year.
There's just like this like bonding, this type of connection with the black community that you can't get from any other race. I feel like it's like we can all sit here and it won't be awkward
because you just unapologetically yourself, you know, just you can be, and you can know that you experience certain things that just other coaches have not experienced yet.
Yeah. We can just laugh at anything.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that I think I agree with you. Just about, especially that awkward stage, because that is so true. Like I remember we had a team meeting before. We had some we had a few people that had some not so good things to say about black people and just their choice of words they were using. So we had to have a team meeting about it. And I remember there was one girl, and she said, "Can we please stop talking about this? Like, it's making me really uncomfortable, and I feel like it's splitting the team more." And you guys know Vincent Llewellyn, right?
I know that. Yeah.
Okay, he was there. He was there with us, and he was like, "No, we're going to have this conversation because your teammates here that are black, they feel uncomfortable every day, every second of every day, walking down the street, anything." And I was like, wow, like I'm so glad he said that, because if he wasn't here, I'm sure my coach would have been like, "Yeah, let's cut it." Because that's the easiest thing to do, is to avoid it.
Yeah.
So that was awkward. It was awkward for them because it was like for once you have to listen to me and what I'm saying, and like you're going to show me respect, you know.
Yep.
And a lot of them, they're not used to that. A lot of my teammates, they come from small white towns where there's no black people or just a few. And like with that, you guys seen the Black Lives Matter banner. What do you guys think of that? Do you guys think that Webster really stands for us being black students here?
See, I don't know about that point, but I think I think so. I think it's huge to put that banner there, because, like, you know, there's some people that are white that don't agree with Black Lives Matter, and that's money that they're losing. So to be able to just put it out there and be like, okay, we're advocating for this. I don't know if it's for money. I don't know if it's for their publicity or whatever,
Right.
and
Like,
their reputation.
Is it really what you want? You know, is this really what you're standing for? Or is it just because it makes your school look good?
Exactly. It still makes me think, you know, okay, they're for me.
Right.
I'm a little more comfortable going here, you know?
No, I feel that, you know, I appreciate seeing things like that around campus and the messages and stuff. But I think as far as if you want to make real change, you know, get the coaches together, all the coaches in the athletic department, and kind of let them know what you expect from them and the conversation that you want them to have. and even the teachers, you know, and like let it be known that like everybody that's like that has some control on this campus should be speaking out on it. You know, like that's what I expect.
Yeah.
You know, from a university that is supposed to be diversity included and stuff like that.
I strongly agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
You already told you earlier about those emails. It's cool to talk and to type and post and whatnot, but it's really about the action. I mean, our coaches tell us that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They tell all of us that you can say you want to be this and do that, but it's the action, right?
Yeah.
So I'm with Lance, and one of my things that I kind of bothered me was the counseling. Like I feel like with everything going on, why do we not have any black counselors here?
Exactly.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I can't go and talk to a white counselor and get advice for them because you do not share the same experience with me. Like
Right.
hire more black teachers. We all said there's been like 0 to 1.
Yeah,
So
I haven't had one.
0 to 1 since we've been
I
here.
haven't had one.
The counselors, the just opportunity. The only black people I see that work here are janitors.
Right.
That's pretty much it, or the food people.
Right.
Which I'm not knocking it, but give me more of people in higher powers, like Vincent Llewellyn. Great, like that was a great addition. Like wow, finally somebody that looked like me is up there that can communicate and really get my point across. Like I want to be more than a basketball player. Like when my coach looks at me, I don't want him to look at me as just a basketball player. I want him to look at me as just an overall great person and just a lot of things that I've done around here. Like it has to be more than just a sport because everything that we do, like when we walk the streets, it's more than just a sport. Like what you were saying with how you can't just walk down the street and do things, like how you say you gotta have your wallet ready when a cop's is behind you, you're nervous.
Mm-hmm.
We can't just drive a car and just go eat. It's not just that easy. So it's definitely a lot deeper than just playing the sport.
What platform do you think we have as collegiate athletes?
I think we have a pretty big one. You know, people from our university are watching us. And as we succeed, they're like, oh, this guy, this girl, this whoever. And I feel like we have to have one.
Things that happened over quarantine, especially with like George Floyd, I kind of like shut down. Like I was like numb to it. You know, I was kind of tired of just hearing about it. And I didn't even want to talk about it anymore. You know, like I was just like, it's just another one, you know, like it's just another time where, you know, we just kind of just looked over and just mistreated and just a life was taken that didn't have to be taken. And I was like numb to it. Like I did not want to talk about it, but I'm a part of a student ministry program here called InterVarsity. And we had this group called Black Out the Noise where we talk about those things. And it's people from, you know, all races that come to our group. And, you know, we were able to just kind of let our feelings out, you know, just like talk about how we feel. And that made me just want to speak up even more because I know that, you know, I'm a leader here on campus. I'm a leader just in life in general. Like I'm an older brother, you know, and I know that, you know, people respect what I have to say, you know, so I want to make sure that I'm saying the right things and I'm pushing people towards unity rather than division.
Our platform is really, like I just think we have to really use it because when I leave, I want the black athletes under me to feel comfortable speaking up, using their voices and doing more than what I did. Like I feel like I have this great spirit, this great skill, and it's going to be useless if I don't help others and pass it on to keep this going. Because like what you guys are saying, we don't know the resources. We can't speak up. We can't go talk to anybody. If I start now doing what I can to change that to make it easier for you, then I'm going to do that. So definitely for people under us and people watching us, we do need to use it a little bit more because a lot of athletes haven't used it.
For my team, on the cross country team, it's not really it's diverse, but it's not. I'm the only black person on the team, and I felt really isolated in the past summer or so. But I know my coach did a lot to try to make me feel like I was wanted and that I mattered. He went out to protest over summer. He did things to help, like he was handing out waters at the protests and things. And he reached out to me like almost every week during the summer when everything was going down. And my role in it all is just trying to make my teammates more aware of everything, bring them to a place where they know what's right, they know what's wrong, and you know, get them in the place where they're advocating for Black lives and not just sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah, I'm sure it's harder for you as well, just because you have to walk alone. Normally, just being Black, and then having to do it there, like that would be difficult. Cause like with me, I'm okay because there's other people on my team that look like me that I can share these experiences with and ideas and get through. So yeah, I could see that being really tough. Like I'm sorry you have to, even have to think of having to make other people aware because that's not your job.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have to do that.
And it's been helpful too, cause I have a few people on the team who are like human rights majors, and they've been great advocates too. It wasn't until track season when I started meeting all the other Black athletes on the track team that I started to find a community of Black people outside of my original friend group from the first semester of freshman year. And the transition from cross country, where it's predominantly white, to track, where Black people have more of a presence, was it was relieving.
I think just moving with love, just making sure that you kind of have love in your heart. I think that is like kind of what helps me as a Black man, just kind of get through life. I try to just keep love in my heart and just love for the game of basketball, love for the people around me, and just loving myself, just knowing that, I came this far and I got a long way to go.
Yep.
So
Play with pride. Don't stoop down just because somebody else thinks they're better than you, or somebody thinks whoever. Always put that jersey on, put that face on, put whatever you got to on with pride, and be proud of yourself. Not a lot of people become collegiate athletes, become athletes,
true.
become whoever you want to be. So you gotta step on that pitch, that court, that whatever, and play with your heart. Just don't leave everything on the court, leave everything on the field. Do what you gotta do, and just put your best effort on.
I'll say, don't get lost in the awards. Don't get lost in the talk, the playing time. Just enjoy every moment of it. Don't be embarrassed to be Black. Wear it proudly, respectfully. Show these people like what we're made of. Like, you don't have to apologize for anything. You don't have to be silent on how you feel. Like, just do you. Do what makes you happy.
I say don't be afraid to reach out for help. I know as Black people and as Black men, we struggle talking about our feelings, and we always want to give off this sense of we're strong enough and we don't need help from anybody. We want to be independent, but it's okay to ask for help and to reach out for someone to lift you up when you're down.
I feel really good. It's nice to be able to talk to a good group of people and of my color, and just be able to talk about some of these experiences that we all live through. It is heavy with some of these questions, because a lot of us have experienced some deep stuff that are going to scar us for our entire lives. And I mean, 2020 will scar everyone for their entire lives. So it's like we've all been through some of the same stuff, and it's like it's good to be able to vent. It's good to be able to talk to others, and it's good to be able to think about the possibilities of the world and where we can go from here.
Yeah, I know I keep using this word, but I'm really grateful to be sitting here with you guys today, because there's a lot of people that can't. I hope that you guys have learned something from me, because I've learned something from the three of you for sure. And That's how it starts with conversation and experiences, and that's how you start to help each other and learn and just move forward in a healthy space. There's a lot of anger and confusion within our culture, but we don't have to understand everything, but we can help each other get through those things.
I feel, I take a word from you, grateful. I feel blessed. I feel like this is a good starting point for all of our athletics at Webster, to where we can start making a change, not only in our school, not only in our athletic department, but in St. Louis, in America.
No, I'm definitely thankful. I thank Vanessa for inviting us here and just
For real.
being able to just have these conversations and kind of let out some raw emotion too, with these questions, just being able to kind of really think and be like, oh wow, I didn't really think about that before,
Right.
and just seeing you guys' perspectives, I'm like, okay, even though we all have the same kind of experiences, there's some tweaks in it, we all have some different type of struggles that we've been through.
Yeah.